Welcome to lesson 28, equality is a function, and it has to do with two functions that are equal to each other. So to do well on this lesson, you have to accurately substitute both given functions. Makes sense. And then we set them equal to each other and use your inverse operations to move variables around, because remember, we want all the same variables on one side of the equation and all the constants on the other side so you can solve for x. Let's get started. So we have a given function, f of x is equal to 3x plus 2, and g of x is equal to minus x plus 10. So we want to find out what is the value for x that will make f of x equal to g of x. So that's what we want. So I'm going to write that down. Let me change my pen for a sec. I want f of x equal to g of x. So I'm going to sub in for f of x by putting 3x plus 2, and for g of x, negative x plus 10. And then it's just like what we've done 100 times before. We're solving for x, and we want all the x's on one side of the equation and all the constants on the other. So first things first, do I want to move this negative x over? Do I want to move the 3 over? We know how to do this. I would either have to add x to both sides, or I would subtract 3x to both sides. Which would you choose? Most people would rather add x than subtract. I think it's because subconsciously we just get pretty scared with negative numbers. That's okay. As long as we're doing our algebra correctly, we're still going to end up with the correct answer. This is a zero pair. We have 4x plus 2 is equal to 10. Okay, we're going to subtract 2 on both sides. Again, because we only want x's on one end. So 4x is equal to 8. And then we use our inverse operation division to isolate x is equal to 2. And that's it. There's our answer. Both will be equal when x equals 2. I can make that look nicer. So if you like, you could actually prove it. So let's do that. Let's just do on this part over here, f of 2 is equal to 3 times 2 plus 2. Okay. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. So f of 2 is equal to 8. Great. Let's try the next one. This one is g of 2. I almost wrote f of 2. G of 2 is equal to negative 2 plus 10. All right, negative 2 plus 10, I'm just distributing the negative 1, is equal to 8. So G of 2 is equal to 8. So there you have it. You can see that they both have the same answer. And I love doing this as well because it helps demonstrate that not only am I sure, but I can prove it using additional information. So hit pause and jot this down into your notes. Given the function f of x is equal to 4x minus 2 and g of x is equal to 2x plus 4, find the value for which f of x equals g of x. Same thing. So let's put f of x equals g of x. We're going to do the first part of our CFS, which is to accurately substitute both functions for each other. There should be a parentheses here. So 4x minus 2 is equal to 2x plus 4. Now make a decision. Would you rather do minus 2x to both sides or minus 4x to both sides? Again, most people would not want to do this because a lot of people don't want to deal with a negative 2x. I get it. I understand. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it anyway just to prove that it's not such a big deal. Why not? So this is 0, so I have negative 2 is equal to negative 2x plus 4. I'm still just doing the same algebra skills, so I'm going to move that 4 over. Minus 4 on both sides. So now I have negative 6 is equal to negative 2x. And now I'm just going to use my inverse of multiplication, which is division, and x is equal to 3. And if you do this, and let's say you're really unsure, what do? Check your work. That's all we have to do. So let's do f of 3 and g of 3. All right. So f of 3, where is 4 times 3 minus 2? Okay. 12 minus 2 gives us 10. So f of 3 is equal to 10. Let's do g of 3. 2x plus 4. Oh, let's do our substitution. There we go. So 2 times 3 plus 4. So 6 plus 4, also equal to 10. So g of 3 is equal to 10. They are both the same. So we have found the value for x for which f of x is equal to g of x. And that's it. So we've done our 2 steps. We substituted both given values functions, and we used our inverse operations to move the variables and solve for x. That's it for today's lesson. Is basic algebra skills. So make sure that you're doing those 2 steps in your criteria for success correctly, and get feedback from others as you move through your work and get to your exit ticket. That's it for today. I will see you in the next lesson, Math Marbles. Be well.